Joining us now, Emilio Huerta, the man of the hour, and I mean, he really hasn't even made it in through the front door. What has the welcome been like so far?
It's been great. You know, you can see the enthusiasm, the amount of supporters here. We launched a real grassroots campaign. We started with no money in the bank, with the lack of support from the major traditional Democratic supporters, and we were able to put together a very competitive, a very aggressive campaign, having hundreds of people out in the rural communities on a daily basis campaigning on our behalf. So we're very proud and we're very appreciative of the work that we've done.
Absolutely, and so some of just the latest numbers, obviously these numbers are early, but trailing David Valadao at this moment. But how are you feeling about this night so far?
We're feeling, like I said, we're feeling very good. We're very optimistic. The early results are principally Kings County, and we knew that that would be his stronghold, and of course ours is here in Kern County, in Eastern and Fresno County. We think it's going to be a long night. We've been here before, and we're prepared to stay with it until the race is called.
And absolutely, and you mentioned you've been here before the primaries.
That's
it took
right.
a long time to determine who exactly was going to take that spot. Right. So it seems like you've already been conditioned for this, so to speak. So are you in for the long haul tonight?
Definitely, absolutely. You know, we've done so much work and we've worked so hard, and we've touched the hearts and minds and the souls of so many people here in the southern and central San Joaquin Valley that I think that people resonated with our message, and so we know that there's still a lot of work to do. The air is still the worst air in the country. The water is still contaminated. We're still the poorest congressional district. None of that goes away irrespective of who wins this election.
Absolutely, and now I know that you've been fighting for the civil rights of people here all throughout the Kern County, Kings County, etc. So how do you feel like that has conditioned you for Congress?
Well, because it allows me to be an advocate, to be a voice for working families from the Central Valley, and my skills as an attorney allows me to mediate and reach across the aisle and create bipartisanship so we can solve problems here at home.
Now, I know that ABC is projecting that the Republican Party is retaining the power in Congress right now. Do you see that as a challenge, and if so, how do you feel like you're going to address that if you are elected?
Well, yes and no. It's a challenge, but again, at the same time, the problems are real. And so I think one thing that's lacking with Mr. Valadao and the current representation that we have is they haven't brought those issues to the forefront. So we need to be able to present those issues in a way that talks about creating solutions and then bringing those solutions back home.
And just one last thing now, what is the first thing you would like to do if you are elected? What's the first issue that you'd like to focus on? Obviously, there are a lot.
There are a lot of issues, but I think the poverty that exists in our community, and that's through education, that's through the diversification of our economy, bringing jobs, and then, of course, water and immigration reform. So there's actually a lot of issues, health and financial resources for our community.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Emilio. We appreciate your time. Again, that was Emilio Huerta. He is running for the U.S. House of Representatives for Congress up against David Valadao. He will be joining us here throughout the night. He's going to start making his rounds around this party. Right now, the latest numbers showing that he is trailing, but he has been here before in the primaries. It took days for him to find out whether or not he was going to clinch that spot. He did eventually end up clinching it. He says he's in for the long haul, and he is excited by the support. That's the latest here. Let's send it back to you guys in the studio.